Hey, how's it going, everybody? Matt here with OddsJam, and in this video, just going to give out a betting preview for the Thursday night football game between the Falcons and the Panthers. So, if it feels like you just watched these two teams play, it's because you did. There was like I don't know, not even 2 weeks, like a 13, 12 day break between when these two teams played each other because they played each other last Sunday. Then they had a break this week, and now they play on Thursday night football. So, not even a full 14 days passed for when these two teams just played each other. And if you remember, that was the wild game where they kept scoring to end the game. Like each team kept scoring. I forget how many, but there was a ton of points in the last 2 minutes and 34 seconds. The Panthers had a chance to win it. They scored on a last second Hail Mary to tie the game, missed the extra point because DJ Moore threw his helmet, and then in overtime missed another field goal. Falcons came back, kicked a field goal, won the game. Insane game. So, what can we glean from that game moving forward to this game? But before I get into it, I do want to mention the page that you see on the screen here is just the free line shopping page that OddsJam offers. So if you go to oddsjam.com, you go to sports, NFL, you click the game you're looking for, you can browse all of these odds for completely free. And yeah, so just an insane game last time. We'll see what happens this week. This is a home game for the Panthers, but they're kind of in disarray. They just got absolutely spanked last game by the Bengals, and they benched PJ Walker. They put in Baker Mayfield to start the game, who had been horrible. The only signs of life the Panthers showed this year was a 2-game span between the Bucs, who they beat, and then the next week against the Falcons, who they put up a huge performance, obviously almost won. The best offense that they had put up all year. But last week, PJ Walker was terrible, so they benched him for Baker Mayfield. They also fired more position coaches in Carolina. So along with their head coach and their defensive coordinator, they fired just everybody left on the staff. So you wonder what the psyche's like for them. But looking at this game, the money line odds, unsurprisingly, have the Falcons as pretty decent favorites here at -150. No value on either of the teams' money line. Pinnacle has the Falcons at -151. The best odds you can get on them are -150. They also have the Panthers at +134, which also happens to be the best odds you can get them. So this page just has the main markets, but if you want to look at where every book prices a spread or a total, just view the alternate lines, and I like to do this in a new tab. So we can see that majority of the books, as we saw here, have the spread at 2.5, mostly actually 3. They mostly have it at 3. So we can see if there's any value on an alternate line. Looks like, honestly, the best value is on the Panthers to cover the field goal. I don't really know what to expect in this game, to be honest with you. The Falcons are, both of these teams are weird, and I don't know what to expect. But the value is on the Panthers at +3. And I will say, getting that field goal is incredibly important because obviously, let's say the exact same scenario happens. Falcons win off a field goal in overtime. This 2.5 bet loses. This 3 +3 at least pushes, so you get your money back. So getting that, if you're backing a favorite, getting below the 3 points is important. If you're backing an underdog, getting above the 3 points is important. At this point, we're backing the underdog. Getting having it at 3 is kind of neutral in terms of whether it's valuable for the underdog or the favorite. But the value here, like I mentioned, is on the Panthers +3 at +107. Looking at the total, I did find it interesting that the line is as low as it is, considering the point totals that these two teams put up against each other last time they played. And if you look at the point total that the last Panthers game against the Bengals, I think, won 42-21, 60 points combined. Granted, the Falcons had a pretty good defensive showing last week against the Chargers. That game went pretty significantly under, and I know that because I was in on the over. But I do like the over in this game. -107 at Circa Sports is a pretty good line. Pinnacle prices it at -113. They priced the under at +101, so obviously they're favoring the over at 43. Bookmaker has it at -115, favoring the over at 43, and every other book has their main line at 43.5, including BetOnline, which is another sharp book. So I'm actually going to make an official bet on this play, the over 43 at -107 on Circa. I'm going to put a full unit on this one. I do admit I am a little nervous backing the Panthers offense after what we saw last week, but at least they did manage to get 20 points somehow. But just in general, the way the points were scored last game and where the value is, I do like this to go over. So that is going to be my official bet, is the over 43 minus 107 at Circa. And that's going to be it for this Thursday night football betting preview. If you're tailing me on the over, let me know. Comment on the video with your feedback. If you're fading me and taking the under, that's also fine. Let me know your thoughts and what I got wrong. But for this video, that's all I got. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good one.